All right, so I've had the machine just for a couple of days now, probably put 15 or so hours on it. And I was taking the loader off yesterday and noticed there's a chunk missing out of my PTO belt, which is kind of stinky because I don't really think I did anything that would cause that. I didn't hit anything crazy or do anything crazy. When I was using the brush cutter, the belt slipped off, the attachment belt. So maybe some funny business happened then, but luckily I was able to find a cheapo replacement at Napa in town that I think should work for the time being. So I got a good chunk missing right there, some wear on it, and then another crack right there. Okay. Looks the same to me. Seems like it fits in the groove just fine. It does seem like it's sitting a little bit outside the groove. Not at the top by the clutch, but down here. So let's see how that works out. All right, and I'll just test out the belt before I put everything back together. All right, I somehow managed to lose this one bolt while I was doing that, so I'm gonna see if I could find it by dragging this little magnetic plate across the ground. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice. Okay. Hopefully now we're off to the races. All right, so the funny business continues. I just replaced the PTO belt and I was about to do some flail mowing. And I noticed that one of the Zerk fittings on my landscape rake wasn't greased. So I said, you know what? Let me go through every grease fitting on the machine, on all my attachments, and just make sure that the dealer did everything. And besides that one Zerk, so far so good. But when I pulled this plate off, there's two belts underneath there to check some of those fittings. I noticed that one of my belts was completely shredded and hanging off and the other one showing hairs already. I closed it back up because I wanted to protect it from the rain, but I'll put some pictures of what it looks like in this video. Here's the belt that was destroyed on the flail mower after about 8 hours of using the mower. Not much belt left to it. So I have a paying job that I'm supposed to do later today, and I'm a mower down and I don't really know what's up with my PTO belt, so I'm gonna have to take the brush cutter over there. But in order to do that, I gotta take these dual wheels off, which I wasn't really planning on doing, but luckily today I got that little dual wheel tool in the mail. I ordered it today. I got the Ventrac because I knew I'd need it soon. So let's see how it works. No problems, only solutions. But still a little bit annoying. Should be good. Pretty cool. One, two, five. Pretty neat. That was pretty painless. Let's test out the brush cutter. All right, so I got her set up with singles now. Brush cutters attached. I just did 2 little test paths up there. Left a pretty nice stripe. See how it does over here in some of this really thick stuff before I take it over to my neighbor to cut some of his lawn. I was kind of worried that I would leave a bad first impression not bringing the flail mower over, but I think this brush cutter is going to do a nice job on his grass. This stuff right here is about 3 feet to 4 feet high in some spots. It's really thick. Well, awesome. Found an old rock pile over here with the brush cutter. Let's see how the blades look. Well, that's where you end up with the brush cutter, but a pretty nice quality of cut. Hope these blades aren't mangled. Honestly, a little more chopped up than I thought they would be, the way this thing is advertised, but I guess it was a rock. Bummer.